Hello, dear people. We dive into this world of awakening in this moment. So many people are using the word, feeling awakened, feeling this moment of transition that happens when we feel a whole shift of our being, not just our paradigm, but our full being energetically, mind, body, soul. And it has us pausing for a moment to feel really what is truth for us in a moment. But then what? But then what? And that's what I want to talk about a little bit today. So many things and so many energies have been kind of bubbling in the last few years, especially with the slowdown of all the lockdowns and what, like, say, the effects or consequences of COVID has had on us. But it has been a shifting of frequency, of awareness of what it is to take a step into a different rhythm of life for a lot of people, not for all people, but for a lot of people. And in that moment, discovering, rediscovering, remembering different parts of our being, of your essence, of what it is that you are in this world, in this body, in this life. And whether you've experienced an awakening or an energetic shift or a different way of feeling like you, whatever it is that you call it, whatever the terminology is, because it really doesn't matter how you label it. But if you can recognize that there has been a shift in the way that you are, what to do then, especially when you're feeling it so energetically. I'm making this for the ones who really feel it, but they don't know what to do with it. So there's emotions flowing now, and there's emotional energy flowing now, and there are all these tingles and communication that the body is giving you. So what do you do now? I've had a lot of clients who've done a lot of work and walked through their traumas and through their pain and through really being with themselves and embodying the moment as it happens, and still wondering, how what do I do with all of this? What do I do with it? And do I do the same thing as when I feel angry or when I feel a certain emotion that I know how to label? I'm having all of these dreams now. I'm having all of these kind of visions. It feels strange and weird to me, and I don't know what to do. And so my response to that is really to, again, slow down, to allow what is happening to be felt, but to be felt without all of the labels that we so love to add on to everything. So to be felt into sensations, like I repeat so many times, but really into sensations in the body, really feeling what you can feel and where you can feel it inside of you, following it around, following and being with this energy, giving it acknowledgement, time, space. And it doesn't mean that you have to do that for hours on end. When you feel that rush or an expansion or a tingling or a contraction or whatever it is that has you pausing, going, oh, this is what's happening and I don't understand it, take a pause. Just like with emotion, if you're feeling a rush of anger and you feel yourself getting to the edges of your boundaries, take a pause. Take a pause, and if that means going to the toilet, locking yourself in there for a few minutes, asking to have a little break of a conversation so that you can gather yourself. And you can use your own words with this, but taking a step outside for some fresh air, even if it's just for a minute, closing your eyes and feeling what it is that you feel in your body. What sensations do you feel there? What temperatures do you feel there? What parts of the body do you or don't you feel? Are there pressures, tightnesses, tensions, pains, itchiness, a warmth, a tingling, an expansion, a pulsing, a vibration? And allow yourself to be there, even if it's only for a few breaths, so that you can give it some acknowledgement and some presence. Just like with emotion, just like with our inner child work, just like with all of these other discoveries or investigation or curiosities that we have in this journey of healing, energy is the same. Energy is communicating all of these boundaries and information that exists inside of us. And so when you feel this movement and these shifts of emotion, because if you have felt or experienced that you have had some shift in energy or an awakening or whatever it is that you have, whatever it is that you call it, it's almost as if your whole being expands out, and then the time after that, like the way that you think about things, the way that you interact with the world, the way that you express yourself in the world, the people that you have, the job, the relationships, the 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 passions, all of these interactions with life need to find a place to come back and settle, to find how they land in this new wave of being. Where do they settle? And it takes time for that. And while that is unfolding, and while all of these parts of you are, floating around and finding their adjustment, there are different energies that start moving, including fear of the unknown, because you knew what to do in the past, whether it was serving you or not. But now, once there's this shift that has happened, what now? There's an unknown. You know you can't do what you did, and you don't want to do what you did, even if it feels familiar. And maybe you do what you did. There's a moment of realization as well, of almost a draining of energy, because that is not you anymore. And now you've woken up to that. That's the awakening. You've woken up to the the present that you are in this moment, who you are now, without all the stories that you used to tell yourself and all that does not serve you. And so that awakening to these new discoveries brings a fear of the unknown, brings different emotions, brings a beginning of flow of energy, the emotional energy that perhaps you have been saving and hiding and masking and compiling, pressing down. And now all of that wants to start moving as well. And so there's all this energy and these flows that you have not yet been used to. And the same practice is required of just slowing down, acknowledging, being with yourself, feeling what there is, not interpreting all of the things, not trying to label all of the things, not even trying to understand all of the things. Breathing and being with what is inside of you. Feeling. Coming back to body, grounding. accepting. And with that acceptance, it gives space for you to just continue on with the rest of your day, your moment. And if you have a different need in that moment, figuring out how it is you can honor that for yourself. Because part of this shift of being, part of awakening to what does not serve you, means that there will be transformation and change required in your life. So it's an awakening to needs that you have not met within yourself. And so when your body is also requiring for you to do something else now for this honoring and self-love, then that pause will bring you some insight into what it is that you need in the moment and how you can begin to navigate from that space. And the more you slow down, the more aware you become of all of those signals, the less they feel so bursting, and the more you can flow with life. And it doesn't mean that you won't have like this energy that wants to flow. Love flows as well. Joy flows as well. All of the emotions flow as well, whether you interpret them as positive or negative. But you will be able to also embody and be in the moment and stand on your 2 feet and allow space for all of the magic that you are. So not only in this physical body, but also the spaciousness that goes beyond how large you may be in one day. And that you can be with all of that and still be here, and still go about what it is that you need to do. And perhaps sometimes you can step into that and express it through movement or song or chanting or some kind of creative flow. You can bring it into expression. And sometimes you need to use and direct your energies in different ways. You go more into the mind, managing your business, your work, your day-to-day organization of your life and how you do it. And sometimes you come back into body. Sometimes you go into your full, expansive soul energy and how you travel and build on the connection of all that you are, and become more versatile with your energy and where you flow with it and what it is that you need in the moment and what serves you best with what it is that you're allowing to unfold in your life. I hope this makes sense to you. I've been sharing it with a few of my clients in the past weeks, and so I decided to bring it here in case it may help someone else. I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'm sending you big love. Big love. Take care. Peace.